Yo, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. The NBA is back, guys. We're super excited for it. We got best bets for NBA here on Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, totals here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks, like great value bets for this Wednesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your support, guys. You guys absolutely rock. I've been off for a little while, but we are back now. We're ready to get after it here in the NBA. And pumped, obviously, to do that. We finished the NBA season real strong last year, so we're hoping to get off to a good start this season. So make sure you guys follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more content and things of that nature. We'll have recaps on our social media sites. Those tags are at StraightFirePicks, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you guys would like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. It will include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, normally I do a recap here, but obviously we're just getting started. This is our first episode of NBA. Hopefully we're going to be a little bit more consistent here, and we're going to have our NFL and college football stuff dialed back up too as well here in the coming weeks. So super excited about that. Let's get after it today, though, guys. Let's start the season right with a nice 4-0 sweep. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with Victor Wembanyama over 17.5 points here for the San Antonio Spurs. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. Now, I'm a little bit sad about this because when I was typing up my notes, I had this at 16.5. When I started notes last night, and of course the line moved overnight to 17.5, and now the juice is starting to go up on that. So I would take his over honestly all the way up to 19.5. I'd honestly feel pretty comfortable taking that. I think Wembanyama is going to come out here in the home opener, and he's going to show you what he's all about. It's pretty good in the preseason, honestly. He was over this mark in 3 out of 4 preseason games with logs of 19. 15, 23, and 20. So you guys saw him hit the 20-point mark in 2 of those 4 games. And that was with pretty limited minutes. His high in the preseason for minutes was 23 minutes. We saw how good and unstoppable he's going to be. The dude's arms are just so long. Like, what do you do against the guy? You can't stop the guy. He's up against a fellow rookie today in Derek Lively here of the Mavericks, who comes in at 7'1", 230 pounds. Honestly, I think against a rookie, I'm not worried about him. Maybe if it was a more experienced guy, like maybe Shaquille O'Neal back in the day, I might be worried about it. But against a fellow rookie, I think Wembanyama is going to come out and have a great first game. And I think there's going to be a lot of hype, obviously, with the Spurs, this being the home opener. And I expect his minutes, I'd expect his minutes to be higher, a little bit, maybe into the mid and upper 20s. Obviously, he's going to be somewhat minutes restricted. They don't want to go crazy with him and risk injury or anything like that. But he should definitely get in the higher 20s for minutes. And I think it's going to be fun watching him, guys. He is a spectacle. You don't see this very often. Just the way he plays and stuff like that. I was watching some of his highlights the other day. Dude dunked it, blocked the shot, came down the floor. It looked like he was like tired. I was like, oh, this guy's getting tired. Steps back, hits like a 30-foot three, and I'm like, what do you do against that? You literally cannot stop him. So I think he's going to be hard to stop. I love his volume so far in the preseason. He was shooting the ball out when he was in there. I expect that to continue. I mean, they want to get the ball in this guy's hands. And so far, guys, if you look at it, all signs point that this guy is completely as advertised, right? He looks the part very much so far. So love it there for our number 1 pick. We're going Victor Wembanyama over 17.5 points here for the San Antonio Spurs. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with the Brooklyn Nets money line here versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 102 odds here on FanDuel. Love this pick here, guys. I love this spot here for the Nets. We got some injury concerns here for the Cavaliers. Jarrett Allen is already out. Darius Garland questionable with a hamstring. And I think if you're talking about guys being questionable this early on in the season, if that hamstring is bothering him at all, I don't see the Cavs playing him here in the first game of the season. You can't risk him getting injured and him missing big time. And hamstrings are one of those weird things you can't really mess with too much. So we'll see what happens, but I think there's a good chance Garland might not play. I like this spot here for the Nets, namely because, we've seen a lot from Ben Simmons in the offseason. We finally saw him working on his three-point shot in the offseason. And it looks like there's a different energy and aura surrounding him and the Nets, honestly. I think the Nets are excited about how Ben Simmons has looked in the offseason. Ben Simmons is talking very confidently, which we like seeing that. We're basically hearing that, the best of Ben Simmons' NBA career is still yet to come, which I love hearing that. And I think Ben Simmons is honestly going to come out strong this year. He's going to be a difference maker here for the Nets. On a Nets team that, honestly, with the crew that they have, with Durant and Irving leaving, they were actually very competitive last year. They played some good ball last year at times. I think they're capable of that. They got Mikal Bridges, Spencer Dinwiddie, Claxton, a solid bench as well. They added Lonnie Walker over from the Lakers, which I love that addition as well. Gives them a little bit more perimeter shooting as well. The Nets, I think here, like I said, especially if Garland's out, they're going to be able to take advantage of some matchups there on the perimeter. But really excited about this game, guys. I think the Nets, with it being at home, there's going to be a lot of hype here for the Nets as well. A lot of energy for the Nets with the NBA coming back, and I think that always favors the home team, right? Home openers I definitely always like. So last March we saw the Nets, this same crew, lose 2 close games to the Cavaliers, 116 to 114 and 115 to 109. 2 very close games. But I think with Simmons being back and his energy, I think this is, like I said, potentially Garland also being out in addition to Allen. I think this is going to be a nice spot here for the Nets to start the season off with a win. I think they get it done. So I love it there for our number 2 pick. We're going Brooklyn Nets money line here versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, minus 102 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, we are stretching for some value here, guys. I love this play. We have a potential to make 1.6 units on it. So we got Kobe White over 2.5 threes made here for the Chicago Bulls, plus 165 on DraftKings. So I like here, we got Kobe White returning to the starting lineup here for the Chicago Bulls, starting at point guard. I love seeing that. And he's starting out with a great matchup here with the Oklahoma City Thunder, who allowed the 3rd most threes to point guards last year and the 8th most threes to shooting guards. So on the perimeter, they kind of struggled. They haven't changed on the perimeter. It's still SGA and Josh Giddey that will be starting for the Thunder. And last year we saw Kobe White have some success here versus the Thunder. He went 4 out of 9 in one game and 2 out of 5. Now, the game went 4 out of 9 and he played 33 minutes. The game went 2 out of 5. He played 18. So obviously, what am I saying? I'm expecting him to play more in the 30 to 35 minute range as a starter, of course. So I think here, I love this spot here for Kobe White. Honestly, his over-under for points is 12.5. I don't mind that either, but I just think most of his shots are going to come from 3. So give me that value that you can get at plus 165 as opposed to like a minus 110. If we can make 1.6 units, we will definitely take that. So, like I said, line up the same here for the Thunder. I think White's going to have a chance to show himself here early on. Like I said, a lot of his games, more than 50% of his shots come from 3. So, if that's the case today, I think he'll have a chance to knock him down. Being at home as well, I like that as well. So, love it there for our number 3 pick. We're going Kobe White over 2.5 threes here for the Chicago Bulls, plus 165 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and finally at number 4, we are going Kristaps Porzingis under 26.5 points and rebounds, minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. So I love this from a matchup standpoint. The Knicks allowed the fewest points and rebounds to centers in 2023. Now, Porzingis versus the Knicks over the last 2 years, I will give you his logs. You probably won't like it for this bet. Logs of 29, 33, 25, 29 for points and rebounds. So you're like, Steve, well, why are you taking an under? Well, there's a big difference between the Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics. And what would that difference be? Well, the difference is the Celtics have a ton of star talent, and Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, heck, they added Drew Holiday. They got so much depth. That means, for one, Porzingis I don't think is going to play a crazy amount of minutes. I think the most amount of minutes he plays is in the 30 range. And additionally, when you're talking about looks, touches, I think it's going to be a lot of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum like it always is. And then Porzingis will be in there a little bit, obviously, getting touches, but it's not going to be the same as it would be in Washington. Washington, they had to rely on him so much more. And he's still in a few of these games just barely hit that over. And I think this is a much tougher, circumstance here for him. He hasn't particularly actually played well at MSG on the road. He's shot just 40% in 4 games at MSG. So it's not like he's played well versus the Knicks just because it's his old team, like a revenge game and all that. Hasn't worked out for him yet. So, like I said, just 40% from the field. So, I think I think the Celtics with Tatum, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, all these guys are going to take up a lot of volume. It's not going to leave a ton for Porzingis to get. And you also consider Kristaps Porzingis' health history. The Celtics want him for the long run, right? The Celtics know they can win without him now. It's not like they got to play him crazy minutes here early in the season. He has had injury issues throughout his career, so you're going to want to keep him healthy as a big guy, and definitely I don't expect him to play crazy minutes. So, love it there for number 4 pick. We're going Kristaps Porzingis under 26.5 points and rebounds, minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for me. Appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Going to be a long season, guys. Excited for it. Excited to be back. And we're going to be getting after it in the NFL as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed the content. Make sure to follow us on social media as well. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.